did you get Mean Girls? How did you get into Mean Girls? What was that like? And what was it like on there? We've got some questions specifically towards Mean Girls, and then we have some comedy-related questions.
Well, I had moved to New York. I had already done Bully. I had done this movie Stateside. I had done Party Monster. I did another movie called Blood Feast. I had done some plays. And I had met this casting director for Party Monster because I wanted to be in Party Monster so bad. After I did Bully, I kind of was popular in downtown New York City. I kind of became like a little bit of I went from being a nerd to being someone who the Velvet Rope opened for.
Ooh.
And so I was kind of like living that life a little bit, like downtown darling moment. And all the people who I knew down there were the club kids from Limelight. They were the people who now, after Limelight had defunct, before Party Monster had came out and everyone was celebrating them, they were the ones now all working in the clubs. They were like, you know, that's what they were known for. Kenny would like open the door, you know, like, and he's written about in like Bret Easton Ellis's Glamorama, but it was all still like the leftover Studio 54 Limelight people that were running New York City in the early 2000s. So I became friends with all of them, and over drinks or over like a long night, they would tell me the story of Party Monster over and over again, like what had happened and the murder with Michael Alec. And so I knew when I heard that the movie was being made, it was like, I'm living this right now. I know all these people, like I've got to be in this. And there wasn't a part for me in it. So my agents called up the casting director and they were like, Daniel will not take no for an answer from us. So could you just meet him so you could tell him no? And she was like, okay. And she met me and she was like, I don't know what you want from me. Here's the script. Who do you want to play? Come back and let me know who you want to play. Like there's nobody in there. And there were 2 small parts. And I said, I came back saying, can I play these 2 small parts? And they were like, I don't see why not. Like that actually does make sense. When I met with the directors and they liked me. And that's Randy and Fenton, who own World of Wonder and Drag Race and everything. So they met me then and they were like, yeah, we love you. Like you could play both. And so I got 2 parts in the movie.
Wow.
From there not being a part for me. So this casting director, Susan Shotmaker, she kind of had taken a liking to me. She thought that that was a really cool thing. And when Mean Girls came around, they were looking for Damian. They could not find him. They thought they had somebody in mind, and I know him now, and he told me the story. But they were afraid he was too old, and so he wore a lot of makeup on his face. And when he did his screen test, all his makeup came off on his white shirt. And they were like, no, back to the drawing board. And then they pulled out my tape. And I had met with Tina Fey, and then they had me come, I met with Tina Fey. And I didn't know who Tina Fey was yet. You know, I knew she was head writer of SNL, but I'd never seen her. She wasn't even on the show yet.
Right.
But I was in the waiting room and I went in really gay, like trying to like really be flamboyant. I remember I had a shirt on that had like, you know, like the characters on like a man or a woman or whatever outside of a bathroom door, like those kind of characters. It was that, but it was a blowjob was happening. I don't know. It was like a skater shirt. And it said porn star. It was like that porn star brand, skater brand. And then like, I was sitting there and Amanda Seyfried was in the lobby and she was going to screen test for Regina. And she was trying to decide between a maroon shirt and a tan shirt. And she was like, which one should I wear? And behind me was Tina Fey with her back to me. And I was like, I'd go with the Merlot. And Tina Fey like whipped around and saw me and she was like, oh. And I was like, I just want to say I love what you're doing for women in comedy. And like I was all over her and she was like, I love you. And I was like, no, you girl. And then I went in and when I came in, she was like, we thought you worked here. I love you. Let's do this. And according to the E! True Hollywood story, my audition sucked, but that's fine. I'm not a great auditioner. I'm not. I'm a better actor. If I get an offer, I'm awesome. But I don't like auditioning. I mean, no one does, but I really don't enjoy that part of the process. It's my least favorite.
I've heard a lot that, you know, an actor's job is to audition. How do you not, what about that do you not like? Is it the anxiety? Is it the, I don't know what direction they want?
I don't like the feeling of being like, pick me. Like when people get like that, I'm like, you can have it. Like, honestly, it's why I don't do commercials because I do feel like the pick me vibe is heightened in commercials. It's like it's actors who aren't like, you know, who really want to really want something, you know? And I get that, but like the energy is so thirsty. I'm hungry, but I'm not thirsty.
Right.
And I feel like when it comes, and honestly, I'm an asshole for saying that, honestly, because like, I understand how it goes, but it's truly a part of me. It takes a lot I could probably only give you 65% in an audition, unless I knew you were into it. If you were like, we think you're right for this, let's see what you come up with. Here's the sides. Like, I just need someone to know that like they want me or they like me or they think I'm right. Because I think part of it is just 99.9% of shit that is written doesn't have a description that sounds like me in the breakdowns. So when I go into auditions, I have to make them think a little bit different and go, oh, it could be this gentle giant kind of person. Right. And then go, oh, Danny could be, like when I did that movie Stateside with Val Kilmer and Carrie Fisher and all of them, it was supposed to be two redheaded freckled Irish guys, but they cast two Italians because they liked our vibe and like we changed their mind, you know? And so I'm constantly having to do that because I am an abnormal person for this industry.